Hey guys, back in my recording closet for another story time. This time, it's kind of about the statute of limitations. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the statute of limitations is the time required from a crime being committed to the time where you can be prosecuted for it. For the ones I'm talking about, it is 2 years. Keep in mind, serious crimes that actually involve harming someone are 4-year statute of limitations. Mine being 2-year statute of limitations are driving inflictions. Those of you who watched my go-kart videos, any video of me driving anything, know that I really don't have the most legal ways of driving. Either way, this story happens about my junior year. My junior year, I was good friends with a transfer student. And me and this transfer student would always talk about cars. He was really into cars, I'm really into cars. And so, him being a transfer student, he had a little bit more spending money in his pocket. And it was really cool having a friend who showed up to school in a newer BMW. Now, before you go saying, "Whoa, Chris, you got to drive a new BMW," I didn't. I did, however, get to race a new BMW. I was not driving the BMW, I was driving my Subaru. This was back in my junior year, back before it got wrecked. I was not driving at the time that it was wrecked, which is the wreck that you guys see now. But we'll get to more of that in the story. So, one day at lunch, he comes up to me and says, "Hey, I've got this new Subaru." And I'm sitting here, I'm a car guy, so I'm like, "Oh, Subarus, they're pretty cool." And as I'm like walking to and from classes, I see, WRX or two, like the good models, a Forester, and like those are pretty cool. But no, it wasn't one of those. It was the 93 Legacy, the green one that I have, that I just uploaded a video of me doing work on. Video does not accurately display the amount of work that I did, but it's got a lot more to go, but it's also come a long way since when I first got it. It's nearly done. Either way, back to the story. So we go out during lunch. He shows me this. At the time, before it was wrecked, it was pretty nice. It was an old Subaru, but it was pretty nice. It wasn't anything that great, but it wasn't wrecked, obviously. So he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fast." He's like, "You like cars, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah. That's why you're out here showing me this." He's like, "Well, maybe one day I'll let you race my BMW against this." So I was pretty stoked at that. Anyway, we get to the next class period, and we get clocked in, and the teacher's like, "Okay, well," this was a really chill class. The teacher says, "Okay, well, now you're all clocked in, everyone's here. We really don't have much to do." It was later in the year. "We really don't have much to do, so you guys can kind of just roam as you want. Just do not get in trouble." So he turns to me and says, "Hey, we should go race them." So, me, and keep in mind, this is before I have my driver's license. This is also my junior year, 4 years ago. I wasn't the smartest kid, obviously, but I had a lot of fun. I didn't get in too much trouble, most of which is because statute of limitations. Anyway, we go out, He gets in his BMW, tosses me the keys to the Subaru. I hop in, I start up, and I follow him. We go to a dirt road. Now, some of the dirt road was damp because it had been raining previously, and then the rest of it was dry and hard packed. The fact that it was raining relatively recently is important. So, he goes and he's in an all-wheel drive BMW. He takes off across this dirt road. And, he's keeping it pretty tame. And because I have experience with my go-kart and everything, and I have some, car handling experience, I decide, okay, you know what, let's see what this car can do. Now, this road goes, and then it has an S curve. So it literally goes like that. Anyway, I take off, I just pop the handbrake up and then drop it, so the back end kicks out a little bit, and then I transfer it. Now, keep in mind, it's probably a lot cooler in my head than it actually was in the real world. But I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm Takumi Fujiwara. I'm drifting a front-wheel drive Subaru, and I probably wasn't that cool. But anyway, the back end slid pretty hard on the exit of the second corner where it turned back to straight. And it was all going fine. It's going great until one of the wheels got caught in a rut where someone had tried to drive through the mud, and then it dried over and left a rut in the road. My wheels got caught in a rut, yanked the wheel out of my hands. I hurried and tried to grab back on, but the weight of the car had shifted, and as I fought and struggled for control, it went off the side of the road into this fence. The airbag goes off. I'm freaking out and everything, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have been driving. The police are going to come because there's no way we're going to be able to get this car out, and it's probably destroyed, and my friend's going to be super pissed. I'm going to get arrested. If they connect him to this, he might get deported and sent back to his home. So I'm really freaking out about this, and I eventually just get to the point where I try and open the door, and the door won't open. So that just really just solidified the car's really, really messed up. So I have to crawl out across the passenger seat, and because the airbag went off, all the dust from it looks and feels like smoke. The vehicle smells like smoke. And I was freaking out, like, it could be on fire. Oh my gosh. If it's on fire, I'm totally screwed. So I shut it off, I climb out, I go and check it out. There's a couple scratches and little tiny dings, and the car's stuck on top of a fence post, but other than that, it's unharmed. A couple fence posts were knocked down, so I get out to the road, I signal my friend to come back and hurry, and I'm still freaking out because I don't know how he's going to respond to that. And he hurries back in his BMW, just kind of bombing across this road. And he gets back, he sees the car on top of a fence post stuck, and me kind of freaking out, and he starts laughing. He starts laughing so hard that he forgets to keep his foot on the brake of his BMW. His BMW starts rolling towards me. As soon as it starts doing that, he kind of realizes, oh crap, I'm moving, and he puts his foot back on the brake. But he just starts laughing at me. I get up to his window. I'm still freaking out, so I'm just apologizing left, right, and center as much as I possibly can. I'm freaking out. The car is stuck. I can't get it out. And he's like, dude, it's all good. I bought that car for a couple $100, and it it wasn't that nice before. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with the car except for the airbag. So he goes back and gets another one of our friends who was bigger, stronger, and kind of knew what to do, because he had helped another one of my friends who transferred away from the school the previous year. Except he rolled his car, so he was in a little bit more of a mess than I was. So, but he helps me push it back off the thing. We get it back up on the road. We park it over in the school parking lot, and we straighten out as much as we can. We put the fence posts back up as much as we can. We kind of fill them in so the fence stays up, so it looks all the same, except for it's a little wobbly, and couple of the metal posts are bent. And anyway, all that said and done, my friend, the owner of the car, kept telling me that it's okay, as long as I'm okay and no one got hurt, that it's fine. I don't need to worry about the car. So he helped me kind of calm down with that, and after he made sure everyone was fine, after he made sure the car was fine, the fence was fine, we kind of just went back to class and resumed with our day, and we never got found out by the school or the police or anything. It was not reported to the police, since it was a single vehicle loss of control, and any damage that we did, we repaired. We actually went back and put new fence posts in for the guy, just because I felt bad about breaking his. So that all happened and everything, and looking back on it, if I had lost control just a little bit later down the road or anything, instead of hitting a couple fence posts, I would have gone directly into a concrete barrier, which would have messed the car and me up significantly more. So always notice where your luck comes in when you're doing stupid stuff. First of all, don't do stupid stuff. But if you're like me and no amount of counseling or people telling you don't do stupid stuff is going to change your mind, obviously, at least be safe. I was wearing my seatbelt, and thankfully everything went okay, to the point that no one was hurt, and it all just kind of worked out. So, don't do stupid stuff. Always be safe. And learn when enough is enough. Have a great day, guys. I will talk to you later. I do have another statute of limitations story that I will be sharing with you at a later time. Not because I'm waiting for it to become legal or for the time to pass, but I don't have time to record it tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you're new or just stopping by, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.